Excellencies, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I consider it a privilege to be here to anchor this 16th annual reunion of the Faculty of Law class, or the Law class 8083 University of Lagos, and treasuring 43 years of friendship. With utmost respect to my Lord the CJ, who is a special guest here, because we are in Ibadan. And that's my Lord Justice I.S. Yerima, history maker. Please give her a round of applause. And with the permission of my ancient teacher, the great son of the great premier, Honorable Justice Latiron Akitola, with your permission, sir. And you could see that I'm jumping protocol because I'm being parochial. After Justice Yerima, I'm supposed to mention the number 2, and that's Honorable Justice R.B. Akintola. With respect, on bended knees, forgive me, because you are next. I shouldn't jump to my teacher's place like that. Now, when my Lord Justice Laguju asked me a couple of weeks ago, he said, Femi, block the date for us. I want to have a reunion with my class. I told him, I said, my Lord, the CR has invited me to anchor the wedding reception of my Lord Justice Yemi Ajayi. But if your dinner will start anytime from 5, I'll be here. And because I know it's a black tie affair, and I still wanted my fanciful dragon suit, I think I'm still dressed for dinner, black and white, but I still have my black tie. So, but I tell you something, I got the surprise. When we got here, and my Lord Justice Laguju said, I thought I saw my Lord Justice Latiron Akitola here. That's my teacher. I said, yes, we were in the same class in Lagos. I said, wow. It's a small world. And I tell you something again. Here in Ibadan, this night, I never knew I was going to see another teacher of mine in Enugu. I have a very beautiful romantic story. When I finished law in Ife, I went back to my work in broadcasting in BCS. I know a lot of jealous people around. This man is always going to school. They said, go back to your work or go and resign. We are not going to give you that 1 year again to go and get your wig. I said, so be it. So much it be. And I went back to work. But by 2011, Governor Akala, God bless his soul, beloved of Christ, Christopher Lao Akala, JP PSC, PSS, he sent a man, Atilade Atoyebi, who was my former director in Radio Nigeria, where I left in 1985, to come and be the executive chairman of BCUS board. And when Atiato came, because that's the way we used to call him, Atiato, fantastic gentleman. He just said, Femi, I learned you're a lawyer. I'm not, sir. He said, why not? I said, I only have LLB degree. He said, what happened? I said, that's not enough to be a lawyer in Nigeria. You got to go to law school. He said, what's delaying you? I said, well, the politics and intrigues of your state. And he said, can you still go to the law school? I said, by any means, my Lord, I will go. My Lord, he said, how much will it cost you? And I said, I'm going to go to Ife. If they still have a space for me and they'll put me on the list. Because Abuja admitted me 4 times, another place about 2 times. So 6 years later, after I finished LLB, the man said, here and now, when I returned to him, he said, take my driver to take you to Ife. I met, that was our vice dean. I said, okay, I'm ready to go now. I said, are you sure now? We're not going to waste our slot this time. I said, this is the story. And then Professor, incidentally, Ademola Popola, all of them said, okay, let's give him a chance. So they put me on the list, and I chose Enugu. I wanted to go back to my old East. And I got to Enugu. You can imagine some of the fantastic teachers I got there. Nnamani, Nnabani. And when I was asking my Lord Justice Akitola, can I approach these your old ancient colleagues to take their particulars, names and proper titles for proper introductions? Tonight is the night of honor. He said, please do. And I got there and I said, sir, may I have your names and titles for proper introduction? He said, I am Francis O.J. I said, O.J. O.J.E.I.H. I had a deja vu feeling. I've had this name before. Then I looked at him again. I said, sir, why you happen to be in Inamani campus in Enugu as a teacher between 2011 and 2012? He said, yes. I said, you wrote a handbook on criminal litigation. He said, yes. I said, I am the Senate rep for OAU during that time. I am Femi Popola, the broadcaster then. He said, wow. So this is my student. I said, yes. I said, where are you now? I said, I am in Ibadan with you. He's a professor now at Lee City University. My teacher and my friend, Francis O.J., professor of law. I reminded him in the presence of his wife. I said, you remember just before we started writing our bar finals, and we're preparing for the second dinner, which you do on campus before you do the final one. He said, please count the cost. I know some of you left your family, your wives, your children. Some of you are not just straight out of school. Some of you have done some other things. Count the cost. Some of you travel long distances to be here in Inamani campus in Enugu in this law school. This is bar final, one of the toughest exams in the world. Please count the cost so that you put everything into it. Even if they say your child dies, tell them, don't tell me if the child should die. Let me finish my bar finance first. Then we'll go and bury the child. You remember that song, darling, go home, your husband is ill, oh yeah. Just this one more dance, then I go home to my dear old man, then I go home to my dear old man, with Harry Belafonte and Miriam Makeba. Finally, when they say, darling, go home, your husband is dead, is he dead? Then just this one more dance, then I go home to weep for my old man, then I go home to bury him at last. So, count the cost. And he made strenuous efforts to enlist a lot of us. He said you must be up to a certain grade in the New York bar. And a lot of our colleagues then are practicing outside the shores of Nigeria. Thank you to Professor Francis O.J. Now, this is the kind of thing, and Mrs. Augusta O.J., I welcome you. But this man shocked me again. He said, you know, this is not my first time in Ibadan. He said, I grew up in Ibadan. I'm Omo Ibadan. First time, he would tell me. He said, my parents will live in Omito Woju. I know Salvation Army. I live in Nolende. I said, oh. I said, I'm from the landline family of Ibadan in Oluyole. I said, you are in my compound. Do you know St. Stephen's Church? I said, yes. So can you imagine me going to Enugu and this gentleman, I still have his handbook on criminal law, apart from Bob Osamos and others, which I still review. I still go, and he's told me he's done the big one and review. What are we saying? Nigeria is one. If Francis O.J. and his wife could live in Ibadan for all through those years, and Emi Omo Ibadan, son of Ibadan, will now go to them in Enugu to be schooled. And he'll come back at a dinner like this to meet me in Ibadan again. And I'll say, where is it you want to stay in Nigeria that you should not feel safe? You should not call home. Sir, ma, welcome back home. This is Ibadan. I'm still going to introduce another person, but let me do this. This is Ibadan, the home of first. This is the place where you have the first university established in 1947 and properly took off in 1948. The University of Ibadan, or the University College of London, later University of Ibadan. This is the first place where, in the days of glory, one man thought in 1959 that we should have a broadcasting complex, the WNTV, WMBS, the Western Nigeria Television Service and Western Nigeria Broadcasting Service. And it is still standing, and that's the first ever. This is the place where you have about 16 tertiary research institutes. You remember IR&T, you remember International IITA, you remember Forestry Research Institute, Agricultural Research Institute, so many. All in Ibadan alone. Today in Ibadan, this is the only place in Oyo State, perhaps in Nigeria, where you have 47 radio stations alive. 47 radio stations. What is it that you don't have in Ibadan? This is the home of Army Signal Headquarters. There's no coup that took place in Nigeria that did not pass through Ibadan. This is the place that has groomed most of the head of states of Ibadan. They have to pass through here as GOC. From Abacha to, just continue, think about how many GOCs you have had here, including Buhari. They have all passed through Ibadan. And this is Ibadan, the place where a great poet, Professor John John Pepper Clark Bekediremo, permanently inscribed in eternal glory, running splash of gold and dust, flung and scattered among 7 hills, like broken china in the sun. I welcome you to Ibadan. There are so many beautiful stories to tell you about Ibadan. Ibadan is the headquarters of journalism in those days. If you don't get to Okebadi, you cannot hear the news. Before Kakawa took over, Ibadan used to be the headquarters of cultural activities. Cultural art studio is there. It used to be there at Mokola there. Mbari Mbayo, Wole Soyinka, the rest of them, they were all formed in Ibadan. Ladies and gentlemen, I had the privilege one time during my service to be the principal cultural officer at the Oyo State Council for Arts and Culture. And here, we now bring you our traditional way of doing hospitality. So, let me ask you to welcome the cultural ensemble of the Oyo State Council for Arts and Culture. And as I do that, I also welcome a private practitioner, senior lawyer, Annie Jaffet, Esquire. We welcome you. And I welcome all of you who also are here. Alaji Babayemi, Alaja Babayemi, Mrs. Olagoju, Professor Badamoshi, Senior Advocate of Nigeria, Olaide Badamoshi, we welcome you, sir. On behalf of Honorable Justice Idowu Alakeja, who is the chairman of the 8083 Lagos UNILAG law class, we welcome all of you to Ibadan. When you are in Ibadan, feel free to try the Amala and Begiri and Ewedu. It is a romantic place, a place of history, a place where you become a legend. Thank you. Welcome once again. No. What about this one? Ekabo. You want to come? Yeah. And you say, Baba Ogun. Ego alare ti de o, ego alare ajofoba. O ti dajofe bo ti gba dollar. Ẹ bá ń kí wọn káàbọ̀, eégún aláré ti dé o, eégún aláré. Ó yá.
Good evening.
Thank you very much. We appreciate the Oyo State Ensemble for the performance. Thank you very much. Please keep it up. I must put on record that this ensemble has represented Oyo State at National Arts and Culture Festival, especially in Abuja and all over Nigeria several times, and won several awards. They have gone to Brazil, they have gone to South American countries, they have gone to the Caribbean, they've been US, they've gone to Europe, they've gone all over the place presenting our culture, especially our Bata dance is being classified as an international dance now, that we even have. When I was the principal cultural officer in Cultural Center here, we had a lot of people who came from abroad and they were being tutored how to dance. We were even supposed to have a school of dance in that place. We hope government of Oyo State will do it one day. So that's the kind of performance you have here today. So they are world class and they are our own. Thank you very much. We are waiting for my Lord Justice Lagutu to come and give us a formal welcome as the chairman of the LOC of Oluyole 2023. But he has asked me that we should wait for the other eminences who are members of the class, especially he was thinking that the class president, my Lord Justice Idowu Alakija, should be here before we continue or do anything meaningful. I said, well, since all of you are here, why not? But I'm happy that my Lord the CJ of Oyo is here. My Lord Justice Lagutu's welcome address is on page 15. Please, the ushers, take the program and start from the CJ step with there and spread it around so that everybody can follow the program. The goodwill message is supposed to come by one of your classmates, the class of 1883 UNILAG law, who now is the Chief Judge of Federal High Court, Honorable Justice John Cho, Officer of the Federal Republic. His own address, his goodwill message rather, is on page 17 of the program. And then my Lord, the Chief Judge of Oyo State, Honorable Justice I.S. Jerima's goodwill message is permanently recorded on page 19, while we have the class president, Honorable Justice Idowu Alakija's address, welcome address, is on page 21. So while we are waiting for that, I will call on my diva to give us good music again. This is also about reunion. Coming together, it's something fantastic. I remember when some of our people asked us to come together after some 40 years of schooling, and then I was like, can we still gather some of us together? But I was shocked when we found out the outcome of it. It was a fantastic experience. And my old teacher now has told me that they have opened a website and a page, internet page, where everybody will be on the same page and we can link up together, all of us who have known ourselves in Enugu, in Agbani, alumni of Agbani, and so on and so forth. And I said, wow, that would be fantastic. There are so many people who are missing. I wish I could link up together again. It's a small world. And the world, thank God for ICT, the world is now a small village. And all of us have every reason to link up and not miss anything at all. Now, I'd like to welcome a practitioner who is here. He practices here in Nigeria as well as in the United States. Mr. Babajide Owo-Otori, I hope I pronounced it well. Owo-Otori. Because in those days, still when you battery one, you get a primary school. You won't be registered. I remember they will have to say you do that. Owo Tori, in which case, Ori head is better than money. Your luck will see you through. Your head will see you through always. And his wife, his lovely wife, is with him here, Mrs. Lola Owo Tori. We welcome you, ma'am. We are very proud of you. So this is a night of honors, and I tell you what, among the honors of Ibadan, Ibadan is the headquarters of the largest army formation in Nigeria, the second div, 2 div. These are some of the facts you must know about Ibadan that is amazing. And 2 div spreads from Ikeja to Alamala to Benin to Makurdi, you can imagine, to Lagos. That's a fantastic one. So when you come to Ibadan, you are looking at a place in history. Ibadan is the political headquarters of Western Nigeria. And let me tell you, Ibadan is a place where you make history and you become a legend. Anytime you are passing through Ibadan, feel free and know that you are in a place where history is made. And we are lucky. One of the great sons of the great Premier, Ladoke Akintola, Samuel Ladoke Akintola, is my Lord Justice Ladiran Akintola. And when you go to Premier Hotel, you will see the plaque there, the legend is there. Premier Hotel is named after the great Premier. He was the one who opened it. Go to Cocoa House that you see. But some people will misplace history and saying, Awolowo did this and did everything. Yes, they were together. And go and read the autobiography of Awolowo. Awo. He said one of the most illuminated minds, most brilliant fellows I've ever seen in life and worked with is Samuel Ladoke Akintola. Whatever happens after that, and there are some dirty intrigues, that is committed to the dust of history. He penned that by himself, his autobiography. Please pick up a copy. Awo, autobiography of Obafemi Awolowo. And then go to Liberty Stadium. You'll still see the legend there. What SLA Akintola as a great premier did was because he was a fantastic man. He was a businessman, he was obeying, it was the popular choice of the party to go to federal legislature. And he was in Lagos. And then Bode Thomas was the deputy leader to Awolowo. But everybody envies him. He was successful and he was rich. He was one of the sponsors of the party. When Bode Thomas died, in very tragic circumstances, everybody was like, who can hold the party together again and give us that fight? They said, let SLA Akintola become deputy to Awolowo. That's how much they trusted themselves. And then Awolowo said, I would rather go to Lagos and you come and stay in the West here as premier. And he became the great premier. Unfortunately, Awolowo lost his own federal election. Akintola won the state and he became the great premier. And then the feud started because of some political and some parochial interests. But check the history. That is history. It's well documented. So I am very happy that I'm versed in history. I studied history for some time. And I'm happy I met the son of the great premier, who became my teacher, my teacher in Ife, who chose to be my friend. So I want to thank you for the love, sir. And I'm happy now you are sitting in the glorious bench of Oyo State. You are a pride to our generation. So when you come to Ibadan, history is made and everything is written in gold. We welcome everyone here today. Ibadan Agbewa. Please try the amala and begiri and ewedu one time. Anytime you come to Ibadan, you will never forget the taste. You always want to come back for a bite. Thank you very much. Diva. Yemi Wambe, the music diva, we thank you very much for the music again. My lords, your excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, and the great learned class of 1883 UNILAG law. It's a night of honor and reunion for the 3 years on, and you are in Ibadan. We have been talking about the beauty and the glory of Ibadan in history, in literature, and in poetry. And now, may I welcome the president of the class. The distinguished president of the class is my Lord Honorable Justice Idowu Alakija. She's seated now. She will now leave the path. She will move straight to the place of honor up there. Please give her a beautiful round of applause to encourage her. Welcome, my Lord. Next, with respect, I'm going to invite the chairman of the BOT, and that's distinguished Senator of the Federal Republic, Senator Effiong Bob, to the place of honor. Welcome, sir. May I also invite the incumbent dean, the current dean holding the faculty of law, what we call Lagos law, and making it bright and still sparkling like a diamond. And diamonds are forever. UNILAG law has a reputation that is renowned all over the world. And the current dean is still there, and tonight he has come to dinner with the class of 1883 law. Professor Oluyole, we welcome you, sir. May I also yes, I learned that Professor Oluyole wife is there, so we encourage wife and husband to stay together, so with respect. Paul McCartney was one of the best songwriters in the world. He was one of the Beatles. He wrote the classic, welcome man. Ebony and ivory, they stay together in perfect harmony on my piano keyboard. Oh Lord, why can't we? You can't make good music if you play the black and you don't touch the white, can you? And there are only 16 bars on the piano, so you can't play more than that. So ebony and ivory, husband and wife, they won't stick together. So give them a round of applause. Perfect harmony. And may I, with respect, and with your permission, invite our guest of honor, our CJ in Oyo, who is hosting you and welcoming you to Ibadan. And she's a history maker. She's a dynamic, vibrant lioness in the Temple of Justice. Please welcome our own Chief Judge, Honorable Justice I.S. Yerima, our special guest. And as I do that, I ask the LOC chair to bless my Lord Honorable Justice Lagoju to lead our CJ here. Oh, yes. So you'll be the front runner. Now, I learned that the UNILAG alumni General President is here, and that is cheering news, because having a night of memory like this, it's not just about the UNILAG law alone. We are talking about our university, the University of Lagos, and representing all the beautiful products of Lagos that make Lagos so bright. You heard that young lady saying, "Eko bagbere, Eko bagbere rara." I wish you can compose another one for Ibadan now, Ibadan now, rara. And that's a classic that is done all over the world. So, with respect, I invite Engineer Ife Oyedele, and that's the president of UNILAG alumni, national, to the place of world over, the global president, to the place of honor. Thank you very much, sir. I think the house is made, and this appointment is well made, if we have to say it. I remember attending a bar event. I think was it in Ibadan here? Yes, at the bar center. And this professor came, and he came to elucidate on the workability of Section 10 of the Evidence Act extensively. And that day, I said, wow. So now I know how to use that Section 10. Please welcome one of the luminous mind, a legal luminary, real luminary, our pride, Professor Taiwo Oshipito. I hope I got it right again, sir. There's a space there for you, sir. Yes, you can still illuminate that place for us. Well, very well, my lords, ladies and gentlemen, I have announced the order of speeches, and we start with the LOC welcome, which is going to be given by my Lord Justice Olagoju. Is on page 14 if you have your program. After that, we are going to take the Chief Judge, if he's here, from the Federal High Court on page 17. Then the goodwill message from our Chief Judge in Oyo. Then the formal welcome from the class president is item number 4 on page 21. And that's the order we are going to proceed. Please welcome the LOC chairman, our own Justice M.O. Olagoju.
Great Akokites. Great Akokites. Great Akokites. On behalf of the LOC, I hereby present Oluyole 2023 flagship drum class of 1983 of the University of Lagos, holding in Montez Central State. At the last reunion, the class in 2022 held at Radisson Blue Hotel Ikeja, Lagos. The batting for the opening of the 2023 reunion was handed to Oyo State. Immediately the opening was installed on the Central State. It was there and then this time, Oluyole 2023. The LOC hit the ground running by holding its inaugural meeting inside Radisson Blue Hotel on 10/4/2022. The chairmanship of the LOC was bestowed on me by the old class at its 2022 AGM. The LOC set up the following subcommittees in order to ease our task. 1. Fundraising committee. 2. Transport logistics. 3. Accommodations to venue. 4. Security. 5. Organization. 6. Entertainment. 7. coordination of speeches for the programs. 8, publicity. 9, welfare. 10, welcome group. 10, food, drinks. And lastly, decoration. Our first task was to select a division training for Oluyole 2023. We initially settled for Golden Tulip Hotel and Suites, but could not secure the hotel at the end of the day. Failure to secure the hotel is not unconnected with paucity of funds. At the time, the hotel was demanding for substantial deposits to secure the route already allocated to us. May I use this opportunity to appeal to members to always make their contributions on time so as to meet set targets. I hope those of us in the lastminute.com group will change to earlybegs.com group. The activities of the LOC were initially hampered by the 2023 general elections. There was so much fear about how the general elections would go. Many prophets of doom went to town, predicting all sorts of unpalatable and frightening outcomes. But thank God, here we are, still as one united country. We thank God for seeing us through this turbocharged election. For this union, as a teaser, we had a night with the president on Thursday, our official welcome party on Friday, followed by our AGM this morning. The grand finale of this reunion is the ongoing Gala night dinner. The reunion will be rounded off by a Thanksgiving service for Christians at All Saints Church at the same Jericho area in Ghana. Muslim members will have their prayer session at the nearest mosque on the 30th of April 2023. Ours is indeed a unique class. We are grateful to God for His benevolence and mercy over us. As it is in all human endeavors, we had our high and low moments between our last reunion and the ongoing one. In 2022, we lost one of our members, Chief Shegun, a man to the cold hands of death. I would ask for please silence in honor of our departed brothers. May God rest his soul. We also witnessed a gale of retirement from the bench. In Italy so far, our immediate past president, Honorable Justice Mobolaji, who retired as QCCA Ogun State. Other retired judges are my Lord, Honorable Justice Tafika Life, the admin judge of Lagos Division of Lagos State High Court, the electronic evidence and law expert, Honorable Justice Alaba Omalaye Ajileye, and my Lord Honorable Justice Williams Akintoroye, who retired as the Chief Judge of Ondo State from the bench without any blemish. We appreciate the support of our lecturers who nurtured us and prepared us for whatever we have become today. We cannot thank you enough. We are particularly grateful to the Vice Chancellor of the University, Professor Folashade Okun-Shola, for finding time to attend our reunion, though at the last minute she could not make it. We thank all those who have supported us one way or the other to back this memorable reunion. We thank especially the current Attorney General and Commissioner for Justice of Your State, Professor Oluyole, who served as the link between the LOC and the Executive Governor of the state, Engineer Oluyole and Makinde, FNSC. We take this opportunity to congratulate our Governor, Engineer Oluyole Makinde, for his re-election. We wish him continued God's guidance as he pilots the affairs of our paced center state. We thank all our invited guests for finding time to honor us with their esteemed presence. We thank our guest speaker, Professor Femi Ogunbiyi, for the very beneficial lecture he delivered a few hours ago. I'm sure we are all better informed and will take better care of our health. The LOC notes with evitation the prevalence of high blood sugar in society, which has been Christian disease of the elite. It is in realization of the need to constantly monitor our blood sugar that the LOC is given one as one of our surveillance items, blood glucose monitor. We hope members will put to good use the blood glucose monitor. We need to stay healthy and strong. The LOC is grateful for the opportunity given us to serve as this class. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, gentlemen of the press, please enjoy the rest of the evening. I thank you for your rapt attention. Thank you, and God bless you all.
Thank you very much. Shall we appreciate Honorable Justice Lagodu? That's a formal welcome from the LOC chair. On page 17, we have the goodwill message by the Chief Judge, Federal High Court, Honorable Justice John Soho, OFR. You can read that at your convenience, my lords. Let's, ladies and gentlemen, let's now go to the message on page 19. It's a goodwill message from our Chief Judge, the history maker. With respect, utmost respect, my lord, may I call on Honorable Justice I.S. Yerima to address the House.
Good evening, the law class of 1983. You are all welcome to the Pacesetter Estate. I'm sure you must have had a lot of amala and begiri and everything while you were here. That is just the tip of the iceberg of what we have to offer at the state. I'm not going to read. I've been advised to just adopt what I've written, but I always like to speak from my heart. It's such a warm feeling that members of a particular class or group decide to have a reunion every year. And I tend to tell people a lot about the advantage of an alumni association. And what I say in particular is that when from the Ivy League schools, especially in America, we see that it's very, very close-knit, and you don't have to have any fear concerning the future, especially with regard to our children. Because what the alumni does is to connect, and you, whether you're the son of or daughter of a rich or a poor man or an average. I remember that most of the time when we were growing up, it was Nigeria was like civil society, civil service society, where even though most of our parents were civil servants, they taught us values. And I don't know how they did it in those days. With the salary, they will build house, they will send you to school, you eat good food. Our parents would even have nieces and nephews living together in the house, and everybody is fine, and a lot of values are imparted to us. And I'm sure we have imparted most of these values also to our children. But the point I'm trying to make now is that no matter what level, what class that anybody may think he has come from, the whole essence of this sort of class, and correct me if I'm wrong, is that there's connection, and where somebody helps somebody and you can boldly say, I'm going to meet my dad's classmate, I have a problem maybe in my faculty or whatever. And then you'll be rest assured that you will get that cooperation and that help and assistance from somebody who was your father's classmate, colleague, member of the alumni, and all that. So I hope that this is one of the reasons why this reunion is very important to you, and I hope that the future of our children will be set that way. Thank you for coming. Please have more amala and begiri before you leave. Thank you.
Thank you very much, my lord. We thank your lordship for the beautiful and warm felicitations. That's our history maker, Honorable Justice I.S. Yerima, our brand new Chief Judge of Oyo State. We wish you great tenure, many more miles ahead, and great strides. Next, we are going to take 5 minutes from Oyo State Cultural Ensemble. They were here, they gave us all the dance steps, and we said they have displayed all over the world and won awards for us. But I guess the class president was just coming in then. Before the speech of the class president, or the formal welcome, let us show you our traditional hospitality in Ibadan, apart from Amala and Gbegiri. This is how we welcome people to Ibadan, the land of 1,000 warriors. Enjoy it. 5 minutes. Everybody. We thank the Oyo State Cultural Ensemble for that beautiful one. The last one they did was what we call FM music. It is normally done to just to excite our people, especially when you go to farm and you have had a good harvest and you are drinking your palm wine under the trees, and that's when you'll be singing the palm wine song as well. Sisito ulo weyi, walamba wiko weyi. Lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́ la wà tí wà kò ń ṣe tàbí o. Wọ́n sọ̀rọ̀, wọ́n wí pé àwọn máa gba ìyàwó kò tọ́ ọmọ náà tí ó jọ ṣe. And then you see this kind of dance, this effect, and it shows a living culture. People who are lively, who are celebrating success. And I think tonight, this reunion is also a celebration of success by every means. With this, may I, with respect, call on the great lady of the 83 UNILAG law. Please put your hands together for my Lord Honorable Justice Idowu Alakija.
Good evening, everybody. I just silently said to myself that I don't know how to use a microphone because my voice is very loud. But you must excuse my voice tonight because I'm just recovering from a terrible cold. With that, I'd like to do a bit of protocol that I see has not been done. First and foremost, I must state that we're in Oyo State. So when we have come to a state, we must acknowledge who we have come to meet. So first and foremost, even though he's not here, we are in between whether he's coming or he's not coming tonight. I would like to acknowledge the Executive Governor of Oyo State, Engineer Oluyole A. Makinde. He's not here, but we have his full support. Also, amongst our members, we've got the Right Honorable Femi Gbajabiamila, who is also a member of the class. He has sent his apologies for his absence here today. So with that, I would now acknowledge the CJ of Oyo State, Honorable Justice I.S. Yorima. You're welcome, ma'am. Amongst us, we're still within the state of Oyo. We have some of our members who are members of the judiciary of Oyo State. So I think I will acknowledge them since we're acknowledging the state first. We have with us Honorable Justice Lajiro Akitola. Also with us, we have Honorable Justice R.B. Akitola again? Yes. Oh, from the Oyo State Judiciary. I would go on to acknowledge our professors who are amongst us today. They are, I would say, always with us. I can't see yet Professor and Mrs. Agwete. They are on their way. I know they are already on ground, so I acknowledge them. I must also acknowledge the Dean of the faculty, the Dean of the faculty, Professor Ige Boladioku. I'm a Yoruba person, so I must do it right. And his beautiful wife, who is here seated with him. Still acknowledging our professors. We have Professor Oshipito on the high table with us here, Senior Advocate of Nigeria. You're welcome. I can see amongst us Professor P.K. Fogam, who I call my personal person. We have Professor MKM Momodu Kazim Momodu. MKM is with us here. And of course, oh, here comes in Professor and Mrs. Agede. We welcome you, sir and ma. Welcome. We must acknowledge also the president of the UNILAG Alumni Association, Engineer Ife Oyedele. You're welcome, sir. And also on the high table, we have the chairman of our Board of Trustees, Senator Bob Effiong. You're welcome. It would not be right if I don't mention the past president, Honorable Justice Bolaji Ojo, who is retired. He was the president of the Customary Court of Appeal of your state. Ogun State. Apologies for that, Ogun State. He sent in his apologies that he's unable to be here. I'll now stand on all existing protocol. That sounds a bit funny because I've done all the protocol which wasn't done before. I also acknowledge the LOC chair, and I would like to say a big thank you to him for bringing us here today, because I know it took him a lot of effort, and his team, the LOC members. The last but not the least, the flagship set, our members, I welcome you, because amongst us we've got people from America. We have people from New York, San Francisco, Sugarland here. I acknowledge all of you that came from abroad. And our Nigerian who says is now in New York, we acknowledge him as well. Also amongst us, we have other past presidents of the class. I think I can see Honorable Justice Dotun Oniboko. I acknowledge your presence. I actually had no intention of reading what I've written because it's interwoven with part of what you've already heard. And some of it you hear every year, except that there's some additions and some achievements. So, well, I usually start by saying, great Akokites. It wasn't loud enough before, that's why I'm repeating it. Great Akokites. Thank you very much. I stand on the mandate given to me and the executive committee of the class of your... I stand on the mandate given to me and the executive committee of the class of 1980 to 83 as the president of the flagship set, and welcome you all to the 16th annual reunion of the class, tagged Oluyole 2023. Well, let me say I'm slightly English. Oluyole 2023 Ibadan, being held in Ibadan, Oyo State. I seize this opportunity to thank the local organizing committee chairman and his team for the work they have done to bring together. I'll take that again. I seize the opportunity to thank the local organizing committee chair of the ECO 2020 to 22 reunion and her indefatigable team for the successful 14th to the 15th reunion held in Lagos in April 2020, ably led by my good self, Honorable Justice Oluyole. The celebration was attended by our members, their families and friends, and our numerous guests, inclusive of eminent personalities, judges, and our lecturers, past and still serving in our alma mater, University of Lagos. I must also thank the media for the coverage that they gave us. Thank you all. We must continue to focus on the aims and the objectives of the flagship set, which is to care for our members and our alma mater. I must state that this class is a unique class, as has been stated earlier by the LOC chair, which has made the alma mater its paramount concern. And this has earned us the name, the flagship set, which was given to the class by the Vice President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Professor Oluyole Osinbajo, SAN, GCON. To the glory of God, the class has witnessed tremendous achievements and successes. The class, as of today, consists of eminent legal practitioners, which includes the Speaker of the House of Representatives, a Deputy Speaker of the State House of Assembly. We have Chief Judges, we have Head of Courts of 7 states, and to the glory of God, in a few weeks, another one of us is going to assume the position of a CJ of another state. We have amongst us presidents of customary courts of appeal, state high court judges, senior advocates of Nigeria, captains of industry, past and present political office holders, respected religious and traditional office holders. We have eminent university lecturers, professors, administrators, and many more. However, the list is on page 20, where my paper is, so I will not go through the list of all our achievements. However, we give glory to God and thank Him for all these achievements. I must also mention that during the year we have had celebrations, which includes weddings of our children, graduations, celebration of life of parents of our members, retirement celebrations, landmark birthdays, and many more. Well, the LOC chair did mention that we did lose one of us. And I would say, as a class, we've been able to assist the family of Segun Emeyi. May his soul rest in perfect peace. We did not stop at assisting the family. We have been able to secure a job as a judicial officer for one of his daughters, who is a lawyer. Well, as the CJ said, that's why we're together, to assist ourselves, to look out for our members, their children, and their family. I must specially acknowledge the presence in our midst of, well, I've already mentioned them in my protocol, the Vice Chancellor, the Dean. The Vice Chancellor was supposed to be here, but she sent in her apologies last minute. But she did promise that she will send somebody to represent her. So I don't know if there's anybody representing her, but I acknowledge that. Oh yes, the Dean is representing her, so she kept her promise. Well, all the people I want to acknowledge, I already acknowledged in my protocol. I acknowledge and thank the chairman of the LOC, Oluyole 2023, Honorable Justice Olagunju. And I say thank you to him and the members of the LOC for the great and tireless work they have done to make it possible for us to be here today. As we can see, they have ensured that the reunion is filled with activities that will remain memorable. I say thank you to the LOC Oluyole 2023. Sincere appreciation goes to the members of the Board of Trustees, the ESCO members, and all the members of this class who have made commitments both financially and physically by being present here today to witness and to be a part of the successful 2023 reunion of the flagship set of UNILAG 1980 to 1983. I also acknowledge our sponsors who have made financial contributions and their physical presence at this reunion. Thank you and God bless you, and God shall replenish your pockets. I must bring it to the attention of the House. Like I mentioned earlier on, one of our goals is to take care of our alma mater, the University of Lagos Faculty of Law. So the ESCO of the flagship set actually visited the University of Lagos and met with the Dean and some other professors. We have seen and acknowledged a lot of achievements that has been done in the faculty. But it would not be complete if our handwriting is not on the wall, as it has always been. So while we visited, we did ask, what do you think we can do immediately for the faculty that is not taking too much out of us, because we are all getting to retirement age. We are retiring. We have retired. So the funds is not flowing like it used to flow. But we give glory to God that what we have identified as what we want to give to our faculty, which is, when we went round, we noticed that they now use digital board for lectures. I can't really, it's either you know what a digital board is or you don't, because I can't explain it. So they already have two, and we noticed that there's a lecture theater that does not have. So with the permission of the chairman of the Board of Trustees, he has said that I shall announce that we shall be providing the digital board for the university for one of their lecturers. We were already given a figure, so we will stick to that figure. So on that note, I welcome everybody here present, our friends included, our family, and I wish you a very pleasurable, enjoyable time and a good evening. Thank you. Please feel free, relax. We're here to wine, dine, and dance and enjoy ourselves. Thank you very much.
Shall we once again appreciate the class president, 8083 UNILAG Law, Honorable Justice Idowu Alakija. May I use the opportunity to appreciate publicly a great lady, Professor of Law, our mother, Professor Mrs. Yemisi Bankoshe, Senior Advocate of Nigeria, DVC University of Ibadan, and also the chairman of NBA Women's Forum. I thank you very much for helping me to get the procedure right. She's helping me to dot the I's and cross the T's. Thank you very much, man. I want him my mind to Now let me acknowledge the presence of our professor, Senior Advocate of Nigeria also, and that's our own Attorney General, Honorable Commissioner for Justice, Professor Oluyole. We welcome you, sir. And now, with respect, sir, may I invite you to step up there and sit with Professor Taiwo Oshipiton, Senior Advocate of Nigeria, who I have acknowledged is an expert on evidence law. I attended a bar event where he enunciated and elucidated on evidence law. We are very proud of you, sir. So Professor Oluyole is representing the Executive Governor of Oyo State. So here comes our governor. Your Excellency, please give him a round of applause. Now straight to it, I'm going to call with respect on the chairman of the Board of Trustees, the BOT, distinguished Senator of the Federal Republic, Senator Effiong Bob, to make his remarks, and it is in the program, you can see there. While he's doing that, by the time he's done with it, we are going to have an interlude of soft music, a serenade, and dinner will be served with that serenade, so that it's going to go well. Thank you very much. Distinguished Senator, sir.
Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, the president of the class, whose tenure has been extended. Well, by acclamation, we voted. It was a free and fair election, so nobody would go to court. Even myself, for the first time, the tenure has also been extended. I don't know why somebody should continue to be chairman board of trustees to keep a tweet. But I thank you all. Thank you for coming, joining us once again for the celebration of union. Exactly 43 years ago. It's not easy. 43 years, some of us came from rural areas to Lagos for the first time. Some in buses, some in train. There used to be train then in the north. There used to be buses in the daytime, not in the night. But when the bus back up on the road, you have to wait till they bring another bus because of your meal ticket. You have to calculate and make sure that you don't miss it. But today, we are grateful to God for keeping us alive and together. And we are very thankful to God, and mostly to our lecturers. You can imagine what we were then under their mentorship and tutelage. They've been everything for what we are today. So we are proud of you. especially the professor of professors, Professor Akode, and the wife. At that time, I don't know now, before you cut admission to read law, you must have A levels, no O level, no grade 2 teacher's certificates. We are always proud that we went with A levels or first degree to read law. But now there are so many people with anything to read law. I don't know, you see the outcome. What is happening now? We are always proud of our set. The president has said everything of who we are. We are in the army. Some retired generals. So if you look for work, we give you work. And the customs, we are in government, we are in private sector. Of course, senior advocates, this is their time, the Australian season. Election petitions. They are in the field, that is why you don't see most of us here in this country. I thank you all. You need people that write about 10,000 words or more and call it a brief. Are lawyers. So I have my written address here. It's not much, not the one. I would not even call it a brief, but it's in writing. So I urge us to read, because my Lord, the President has already stated most what I have written. It's the usual thing, thanking you, thanking God, thanking our lecturers, and encouraging us to continue to work together for the benefit of the society. So we don't have much, but whatever we have, we give back to the faculty and the law class and the University of Lagos. We are happy with the name University of Lagos. That was why we challenged. There was somebody some time ago that woke up and said this is the University of something. We say it will not happen. In fact, I forced our branch in Uyo to file a case. Because it's a brand. You don't joke with a brand, international brand. University of Lagos, the University of first choice. Then the rest can join. And I thank God that we are here today. Most of our lecturers are here. I'm very, very grateful for them. Artists always coming here to join us. We can always say that as long as we are alive and in good health, we'll do more to that fact. Because He helped to make us what we are today, and we are proud of it. So I thank you for this honor once again, and next year or any other time, we invite you, please come. As I said before, all our members abroad are here. In fact, there is some, with the permission of Mr. President and the SQ, there is one lady who is not a Nigerian, it's American Jamaican by birth, that has been following this class for the past 5 reunions. She's been attending religiously, because he believes, according to her, what we stand for, a group of people over years coming together on their own volition to recognize themselves and work together. My humbly due respect, Mr. President, or Mrs. Ferron, Resika Ferron, the American. Come stay on our own, pay our way, sleep on our own, and do all but to attain, because they like what we have been doing. You are welcome, man. One day we will visit your country and see where Bob Marley, Peter Tosh, and all those people came from, and the the sports people, the boat and go. So, thank you all. God bless all of us.
My lords, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, dinner is going to be served now, and I call with respect on the distinguished president of the class to invite everyone, especially our special guest, the CJ of Oyo, and the Attorney General and the rest on the high table to come out this way and get your fill. And as they are coming from the high table, I call with respect on my Lord's Justices, Akitola male and Akitola female, they will join. So, Justice R.B. Akitola, please oblige us. And my Lord Justice Ladino Akitola, please follow as well. With respect, the Queen leads the way and others will follow. The serenade, please.
inside of me. Baby, I think I'm capsizing. The waves are rising and rising. When I get that feeling, sexual ego, baby, sexual healing makes me feel so fine. It's natural, helps to relieve my mind. It's good for us, sexual healing, baby. It's good for me, sexual healing is something that's good for me, and it's good for me, and it's so good to me, my baby. Oh, oh, oh. Come take control of my body and mind. Soon we'll be making it, cause it's good and fine. My medicine, open up and let me in. Darling, you're so pretty, I can't wait for you to operate. Get up, get up, get up, get up. Let's make it. I can't wait for you to operate. Wake up, wake up. I can't wait for you to operate. Get up, get up, get up. Baby, baby, baby. Get up, baby. Baby, wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up. 'Cause you do it right. Across the street, I have a dream. Across the street, I have a dream. Not the breeze when the nights are gay and the sun shines daily on the mountain top. I took a trip on the sailing ship. How made is love? 'Cause I'm sorry to say I'm on my way. I will be gone for many a day. My heart is down, my head is turning around. I have to leave a little girl in Kingston town. 'Cause I'm sorry to say I'm on my way. I will be gone for many a day. My heart is down, my head is turning around. I have to leave a little girl in Kingston town. Would I be rich? Would I Sarah, Sarah. Oh, what will be, will be. To be great. In the twilight I went to be at my father below, listening to the songs of birds, whispers of the night singing. 7 goals, 7 rings, 7 carries, 7 nuts, 7 lives, that's what I've got. I'm an African. Overseas, over land, over mountains in the wild. I'll be great and I'll be strong. I'm an African. 7 goals, 7 rings, 7 carries, 7 nuts, 7 lives, that's what I've got. I'm an African. Overseas, over land, over mountains in the wild. I'll be great and I'll be strong. I'm an African girl. Pretty baby, I'm a blessed Lord of God. Body you sound like a torero, you sound like a torero. Go for your state, now I know, pretty baby.
Don't worry, our diva is still there, and I thank you very much for going memory lane. A string of beautiful masterpieces that we used to love in the 80s. God bless you. You have really brought back the memories for this class, 8083. I remember I was in Radio Nigeria then. We used to play all these jams for you on radio. And so, coming here tonight, I feel it's a privilege for me and to be among this super class, the flagship class. Now I am to announce that we still have food. In case anyone remains that has not been served, dinner is served, feel free to have your fill there. And you can always replenish your plate. I saw some of their lordships here. They are afraid of eating at night. They had only moi moi and eko. But I think you should still try amala and bekiri. Because that will really make you feel the Ibadan spirit. And so, please, if anyone is here who hasn't had something, just step out and have it. Courtesy of the flagship class, UNILAG Law 8083. Please, thank you very much.
I am sweet banana sweet. Sweet banana sweet. Sweet, 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 sweet banana sweet. Sweet banana sweet. Sweet, 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 sweet banana sweet.
Wonderful, wonderful. Shall we give our diva a round of applause for the serenade? Ending on a sweet note from Victor Waifu. Thank you very much. May God bless the professor's good memory. Now we are back on track. We are going to take some remarks or goodwill messages. First from the Dean Faculty of Law, Professor Oluyole. You'll be right back. Okay. Then we go straight to the Global Alumni. The Global Alumni President of UNILAG. And that's Engineer Ifeoyedele, FNSC. Please put your hands together for the Global President, UNILAG Alumni.
My lords, so many of you here tonight. My brother, my compatriot, the great Senator Bob. Everybody calls him Senator Bob. Senator Bob. I'm not sure they even know his name, his full name. When they write his full name, I'm not sure they will think it is the same person. I paid tribute and I recognize the presence of our great teachers who are here. Many of them, including my friend here and Professor Oluyole. You know, if I needed to look at the pressure of coming to Ibadan, I would not have ventured to be on that road. However, when I see the exploits of this flagship set, I was encouraged to just abandon everything to be here. You know, I'm not only president of the UNILAG Alumni Association, I'm also a politician. And my party has just won the election. Yes, I have to say it because I was the one who designed the logo of the party called the All Progressives Congress. I was in the incubator when we were forming this party. Nobody knows the history of the party more than some of us. I want to thank the people who conceived the idea of putting together this set. You are not only a pride to the University of Lagos, you are a pride to Nigeria. And I say that with all sense of responsibility, because look, if you see a set 40 years down the line and they're still making waves, I mean, look at how many of them have been extremely successful in their chosen careers. I'm sure that their parents, if it was a school set where parents come and pick their children and go, today, wherever they are, they must be just so joyful. I want to congratulate all of you. You know, but I will say this, there cannot be a successful class set without a successful alumni association. The greatest gift that any man can give, the greatest honor, is that of giving. When the president was speaking, she said, oh, we are all retiring, and so we don't have too much money anymore. Sorry, ma, I disagree with you. I know that, I will go to court. but the truth of the matter is that when we come together as a team like this, it is not for us to bring out money alone. There are so many things that we can do for ourselves. In actual fact, I say to those of us in the Alumni Association that even arranging marriages for our children is part of the deal. No, because in this world where we have lost all morals, if you have a friend that you know you went to school with, it will be your joy to have the son of that man, upright man, to marry your son. I mean, to marry your daughter, or you know, because we have lost all values totally. When we were young, if a lady was going on the street and the strap of her bra was showing, the older women there will run to go and we send a young girl to call her, bring her into the house and help her to adjust the strap of her bra. I'm not even talking about and those of our ladies then whose underskirt were showing under. We rascals will be singing Saturday Yolabe Sunday, Saturday Yolabe Sunday. But Ibadan is my town. So I was saying that the joy of your coming together. Can you imagine, man? If all of you, all of the great people in this place are active in the University of Lagos Alumni Association, will it be difficult to persuade a Bill Gates or an Elumelu to donate things to the Alumni Association? That is the intent of our coming together. And I want you, and I'm pleading with you, I charge you to be more active in the University of Lagos Alumni Association more than you are in your class set. That should be the honor. Because today, look, there can be no class set without UNILAG. Today, the University of Lagos Alumni Association is the only alumni association you hear of in Nigeria. When last did you hear of look, even UI, I mean, they honor some of their old people here and there, but they are not as active as the University of Lagos Alumni Association. I say that with all sense of responsibility. And we have, I mean, the past presidents, the past leaders of your association has elevated your alumni association so high that you should be proud of us. You should be very proud of the alumni association. Today we have branches in North America, we have in UK. I understand that in UK we have over 20,000 members of this alumni association. So it will be easier for us to attract donations. The university is under stress because when they budget 27 billion in a year, the federal government is only able to give them 9 billion. And these are serious matters. When I paid a visit to the Vice Chancellor, one of the things I asked for her, of her is, look, why must it take three months, 3 years for transcripts to be produced? You know what she told me? They have only one book scanner, one machine that produces, that they are using to digitize the records of all of you here. In fact, all of you here, if you want your transcript now, somebody has to go into a vault, and by the time it's coming out, it's all white. And they share that book scanner with the library. So what I have done is to say I am donating one, and I have signed that contract, I have paid for it, to donate one to the university, so that our records can be digitized, and within 24 hours, that's the only reason, that's part of the reason why University of Lagos will be among the first 100 universities in the world. And I urge you, there are so many needs that we have. All of us cannot produce money to buy a $20,000 book scanner, but we can attract some of our friends, some of our business partners. I expected that I would see a fundraising at an occasion like this, so that we can use it to help the university. We are building a 500-bed hostel in the university. That's part of the things that your alumni association is doing. But I want to thank you for what you are doing. You are a pride to the University of Lagos, as I said, and also to the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Thank you.
Yes, that's the global president of the UNILAG Alumni Association alumni. Well, give him another round of applause. Earlier, before him, we called on the incumbent dean of law, UNILAG, Professor Ige Bolodioku, is back in the house now. Let's hear him.
Thank you very much. The Executive Governor of Oyo State, Engineer Seyi Makinde, ably represented by our own Professor Oluyole, SAN, the CJ of Oyo State, and the Honorable Justices here present, the President of this flagship set, all other protocols duly observed, just to cut the time. Let me say this, that I'm extremely delighted, one, to be invited here. Once again, I was with you last year, and this year again I received this invitation, and I'm happy. And I want to thank first the President of the flagship set for the visit she paid to the faculty with our colleagues, that is the members of the executive of this set. And I'm happy that we took a walk around of the faculty, and then I didn't need to say much because it was a matter of recipes. If I haven't gone through what we had done between the last time they came last year and today, it was obvious that yes, we have been improving on our facilities. And she only asked, so what do you want us to do? What would be our intervention? And I indicated what that intervention could be. And that was all the story. And I'm happy this evening that intervention was announced, as due to be done. And I'm extremely delighted because we are improving our facilities to ensure that we are e-learning ready. Perhaps the only faculty in Nigeria that can host e-learning from anywhere in this Nigeria. If you want to do conference from abroad, we have the facilities. We've gone to a point that our lecturers, if for whatever reason, be it of weather or any other cause, they would not be able to attend physically, they could sit at the comfort of their homes and deliver lectures to a classroom that they will see all the members of that class actually engaging, asking questions, and also interacting with them. That is where we are. We're improving on that, and I'm sure that many more will be done. But I want to say this, that I recognize in particular this particular set, the flagship set, the commitment to the Faculty of Law has been very enduring. And it is not fortuitous. It is not possible because it couldn't have been this way and then this steady. It is deliberate, I believe, and it is out of their commitment to improve their alma mater, which I know they have done over the years, and they are still doing. But despite the issue of age, and commitment is in the heart, and I'm sure that they will always find it possible to intervene in the affairs of our faculty to make that development that we all yearn for and deliver a university or a faculty that we all be proud of. And in closing, I also want to congratulate this set for this anniversary for 40 years. That after 16 years, your set is still bonding together. Again, it doesn't come easy. If there is no love or family love, I would say, there's no way this number of people will band together consistently as they have done. And my prayer is that the love that has held you together will continue to really pervade all your activities in Jesus' name. I also pray that because your union has always brought joy, not only to your colleagues, but to even all of us in the faculty, that joy will also never cease in your midst in Jesus' name. And on behalf of the Vice Chancellor, I want to thank every member, the President, the LOCs, and everyone that has always put this together to make it a reality. I will say this, that we are delighted and very proud of you. And I'm sure that of all of our sets, you have shown the way for other sets to follow. And I'm confident that even for those who are not taking the hint, as you continue to show that way, they will rise up and see that the path that you have cleared is the path to follow. Thank you very much.
Well, I do hope that all of us will really appreciate Professor Igibolo Diofu. You know what he compared the flagship set to? The Argonauts in the Greek tales and legends. You remember them? Jason and the rest chasing the golden fleece. When the Argonauts set out on tempestuous adventure around the world, they didn't know what they were going to meet, but they were in search of the golden fleece, and finally they succeeded. So, and that's why, indeed, the flagship set is number one. The flagship set is the Argonauts of UNILAG. Shall we give them a round of applause? Now, I have been instructed to ask with utmost respect on the professor of professors, the father of law, Professor Isaac Oluyole, to say something on behalf of all the teachers. We are all things through our teachers. So with respect, sir, please, everyone, put your hands together for Professor. Well, I know Professor, they are teachers, they like to stand up everywhere, use their lectern, but you are permitted to sit, sir, if you want to do it that way. But teachers, they want to stand. Put your hands together for Professor Isaac Oluyole.
President, please permit me to stand on the existing protocol. I am not speaking for myself, I'm told. I'm speaking for all other lecturers. If you had permitted me to speak for myself, I would have told you a few things about me and this set. I belong to this set. I came to the University of Lagos in 1980. I haven't done some 15 years at Ife. So me and this set, we are together. Yes, we had the opportunity of teaching students all over the years. But this set has proved over and over again that they are a unique set among the classes we have taught the University of Lagos. By the way, I didn't stay long for the University of Lagos. I haven't done 40 years at Ife or 50. I was able to do it just 24 at UNILAG. And I am doing about 18 in another university now. So, I haven't had experience from every place, everywhere, Sokoto, anywhere. I've been to some other universities for 1 year, 2 years, University of Lagos, as everybody knows, is first with a distant second. And so, they are claiming that students are what the lecturer made out of them. So if that is the case, you have given us the pride of place to hold up our head and say, we are one of the best lecturers in Nigeria. Since our product is the best, we are the best. Some 10 years ago, or was it about 8, I told you, I said that it's time for me to go. I've retired from the University of Lagos, and I'm getting somewhere. And immediately you shouted, no, you are not going anywhere. Today, I feel I am just beginning with you. So, on behalf of all of my lecturers, you have done us proud. And what's more, when I tell other people that we have a seat that goes to America, they say, from where? What you have done to Nigeria, to UNILAG, please, it's the beginning of the greater things you are going to do in Jesus' name. I want to tell you this. At a time when the passing rule, some obstacle, you cannot continue to teach as an entire staff unless you go through medical tests and something. At that time, I must have been 74, 75 or thereabout. And when it was we were all going to do tests, and I went. I think I was close to it. And the test result came. People thought that if there is anybody who will go through medical test, it must be this old man. And then when the result came, the Vice Chancellor looked at it and took it along to the council, was it council or senate? Yeah. He said, I have a medical report here I want all of you to look at. And they are passing it around. They said, we have a man who is close to 80, but with a heart of a 60-year-old man. So, the flagship, you have proved that you are the best. But people are thinking you are moving out of the stage. Please, live as we know. Let Nigeria know that you have a of a 20-year-old association or union. For more years, you are going to do wonders.
Thank you, Papa. Professor of Professors. 15 years in Ife, 24 in UNILAG, 18 years still rolling on, and you begin to wonder, will this lecturer stop lecturing? He's a legend, a living legend. Please give him a round of applause. And you could see it's still tight. You could see it's there. And one thing I have read about dementia is that the more you exercise your brain and task it, the better for you. So don't be afraid if Papa Agbede is 150 and is still teaching. He will be still smart enough to do it.
Sorry, before the party starts, I just got a note that was slipped into my hands right now. And it says, to the class that made me what I am today, I am donating the sum of 1 million towards the digital board. And it's anonymous, but I know it came from a member of the class. So thank you to the anonymous person that sent me the note.
Shall we give His Lordship, Justice Oluyole Kijao, our Queen, the great President, a beautiful round of applause. Now, I am calling on the Distinguished Secretary General to stand. He's going to do us a little task, and that task is to propose a formal vote of thanks so that we can now go to the dance floor, rejoicing to bring this program to a worthy end. Please put your hands together for Adeyinka Adeyemi. Thank you very much, my lord. Thank you.
Good evening, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. I will stand on existing protocol as dictated and delivered, signed, sealed, and delivered by Honorable Justice Alakija, my own president. Great Akokites, of the greatest of the greatest of the greatest. Yes, that is the slogan of the vibrant, ever ready to take on tasks and do it successfully. We are very grateful that the Almighty God has allowed us again to come to Oluyole 2023. We traveled from far and wide. We know of Fumilo from the sugar country. We know of Oba, the mayor of New Jersey. We know of those who came from Kano. And we know of those who used about 18 hours day before yesterday to get to this reunion. But they came. And we have delivered as usual. Let me start by thanking our chairman today, although she has left. We send our greetings to Honorable Justice Yerima for attending and chairing this our occasion. We are forever grateful. I also give my thanks to all our lecturers that are here, starting with the doyen of our lecturers, Professor Isaac Oluyole. Let me say that I used to lecture too. And it was Professor Agbede that took me to the University of Ibadan to start as a lecturer after he taught my LLM class. So we know of Agbede, and today we had a lecture on aging and growing old. And one of the things the Professor Ogumbi told us was that you must exercise your brain. Some of us started noting that we know a man that is exercising his brain and is not growing old at all. And that is Professor Agbede and Professor Mrs. Agbede. Yes, thank you for coming. Our great professors that are all here. Professor Momodu Kasim Momodu, Professor P.K. Fogam, Professor Oshikuton SAN, we thank you very much. Professor Oyewo was Dean of Law at one time, so he's also one of us. And now Attorney General and Commissioner of Justice of your state. We thank you very much for coming. Our felicitations to the Honorable Governor of Oyo State, GSM, as is well known. I also want to thank the Dean of Law himself, Professor Bolode Oku. I was in the team that went to visit him some weeks ago, and we were well fated. Lecturers don't give gifts, but we had an exception in Professor Bolode Oku. Yes, I'm going to send the photograph of the gifts being presented to our president this evening to the platform, so that they know that you did well for us. Madam, continue to take care of him. That's why he's a good man. Thank you very much. Yes, I thank some other professors that are here, although they are not of the University of Lagos. Professor Baramonshi, I thank you very much for coming. Yes, from University of Osun. And I want to thank all our members. That, in fact, that is the greatest of the gratitude, that we are able to always come together in spite of all odds to join Abiodun Olushesi and his dear wife fleeing from America. Some of them people fleeing from Britain. Jumoke Shoneko is there from Great Britain. Yes, and the newly Japa man, Chief Jide Owotori and his wife from New York. So we have people there that came from far and wide to just be with us. We are very grateful. We are grateful to our guests, all our guests that are here. We are extremely grateful to Channels Television. We're grateful to we're grateful to Channels Television, who continues to spread the good news of our activities free of charge. Please give them a round of applause. Very important. Yes. I also want to say that we are very grateful to the LOC chairman, Honorable Justice Muniru Olusegun Agunju, and his amiable wife, who is seated with us this evening. Madam, thank you very much for allowing your husband to run around like a small boy on behalf of some smaller boys. Yes, we are very grateful. Abiodun Oloye, all the way from California. Yes, and he brought some wine for us from California. That's the wine country. We are very grateful to you. Thank you, everybody. On behalf of our president. Yes, finally, sorry, I just forgot. He must be the big man in the house. I thank the President General worldwide of the alumni, Engineer Ifeoyedele, Fellow of Nigerian Society of Engineers. Thank you for coming. Thank you for this sparring talk. We will take it to our meetings and we'll work on it. We are very grateful to you. On behalf of my BOT Chairman, Senator Effiong Bob, of my President, Honorable Justice Elizabeth, the Elizabethan that is living, not the other one. The living Elizabeth, Idowu Alakija, and all members of ESCO. Thank you. God bless you. We will meet again in Jesus' name. Thank you.
Just one thing, sir. I think you have to invite everyone to the dance floor. It's your job as a secretary, so you wrap it up.
Yes, and we are very grateful to the MC, who is also a lawyer. Thank you for coming. Thank you for anchoring this occasion. God bless you. So, ladies and gentlemen, without much ado, we call on the musician to come and then we invite the high table led by Madam President to just shake your legs and digest the food before you go and sleep. Thank you very much. Dance, dance, dance to all members. Thank you.
We know our place where just people can run free.
Oh, lovely.
A new kind of love, and we call it agave. Don't take so long to find. Your love can take some time. Not knowing anti everlasting love. Give me your unconditional love, the kind of love I deserve, the kind I want to return. Everybody say, give me your unconditional love, the kind of love I deserve, the kind I want to return. Give me your unconditional love, the kind of love I deserve, the kind I want to return.
My love, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, it's my fault, it's my grievous fault. We made a faux pas. The representative of His Excellency, the Governor, did not say a word. With respect, I call on our own Attorney General and Commissioner for Justice, Professor Oluyole, Senior Advocate of Nigeria, to speak for His Excellency, our Governor, Seyi Makinde.
Thank you very much. Let me, on behalf of the Governor of Oyo State, Engineer Seyi Makinde, welcome each and every one of you to the ancient city of Ibadan. I thought I would escape having to say anything, just enjoy myself, but I guess that will not be the case this evening. I'm actually tempted in my own private capacity as somebody that's been relating with this set to kind of break out in poetry to eulogize the set. Because this set is I was just telling Professor Shipito that there is no set like this set in the whole of Nigeria. I remember my first encounter with this set as the dean. I came with no expectation at all, because I found out that lawyers do not normally give back. Yeah, that was my experience before I met your set. And the truth of the matter is that when I was dean, we reached out to so many lawyers, we had no success in getting them to put something in the faculty. Until one day, somebody walked in from your set, and he said, I've been serving Nigeria and they've been giving me money, and I feel I should give back. And he asked, how much should we give? So I said, well, you are the one that came here. Tell us how much you want to give. And that was how I started having a relationship with your set, and my mindset changed about, and that person is Senator Fembo. And this set has been wonderful. I mean, to the faculty, and it's unusual to say that a set is wonderful to the faculty, but not also wonderful to the faculty, but also to the lecturers, those who taught you and those whom I have formed relationships with. I count myself as one of those. Because every year, I used to wonder, where do you get the energy, the resources? When I will meet with you, the energy level is so high. Your greeting, when we came into the hotel this evening, I met Tue and I met Dotun, and the two of them were just so enthusiastic in seeing us, and that, for me, it's so commendable. On behalf, that's my own thoughts. So now let me go official and change my mind. So I'm now speaking on behalf of the government of Oyo State. We want to appreciate you for coming to Oyo State. And interestingly, my task of persuading the governor to do something for the set was taken over by one of you. You know, we're discussing the letter you sent in, and I just thought I should prompt him to cooperate with your set by mentioning that, oh, one of his people is in the set. And he said, who? I mentioned the person. And as we are speaking, apparently the governor was calling the person. So by the time he called the person, he said, Attorney General, don't worry, we'll get back to you. And today I'm told that the governor will get back to your set through the person. The person is discussing with me. So it's a worthy philanthropic, contribution that you are making to the life of not only the faculty, but the teachers that work with you. Let me especially welcome the person who came from Jamaica and America to Ibadan. Madam, you are welcome. And those who came from LA, CA, all the A's and all the places, the Texas, we welcome you to our Asian city. I'm sure you will have noticed that this is one very hospitable state. People have been welcoming you. And make sure you don't leave without tasting our staple food. Amanala Bula with fish. So if you've been eating it, then you are inducted to the natural citizenship of Oyo State. On behalf of the governor and on behalf of myself, I say kudos to you and I say thank you. God bless you.
Thank you very much, Your Excellency, and thank you very much, Attorney General Professor Oluyole, Senior Advocate of Nigeria. With respect, may I ask the Queen to lead the way now? Everybody come to the dance floor. The class president.
It's going round. People talking about the girls come to town. Lovely lady, pretty as can be. No one knows her name, she's just a mystery. I have seen her maybe once or twice. One thing I can say is, ooh, she's very nice. She's a lady I really wanna know. Somehow I've got to let my feelings show. She's fresh, so fresh, exciting. She's so inviting to me. She's fresh, so fresh, exciting. She's so inviting to me. I've been thinking about the way you were, baby. Oh, I like the way you talk. Tell you something I really want to know. Ever must have sent you to me. Like a dream come true. I'll do anything to spend the night with you. What a feeling, I really want to know. It's pretty lady, you take me away. She's fresh, so fresh. She's so inviting to me. She's fresh, so fresh, exciting. She's so inviting to me. There's a party going on right here, a celebration to last you out the year. So get your good times and your laughter too. We gonna celebrate your party with you. Come on now. Celebration. We gonna celebrate and have a good time. Yeah, yeah. Celebration. We gonna celebrate and have a good time. It's time to come together. It's up to you. Now what's your pleasure? Everyone around the world. Come on! There's a party going on right here. Dedication to last you out the years. So get your good times and your laughter soon. We gonna celebrate your party with you. Come on now. We gonna celebrate and have a good time. Yeah, yeah. We gonna celebrate and have a good time. It's time to come together. It's up to you. Now what's your pleasure? Everyone around the world. Come on. Ole, 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 ole. Feeling hot, hot, hot. Feeling hot, hot, hot. I like it hot, hot, hot. Listen, pretty baby, hot, hot, hot. In your river, hot, hot, hot. I can't all hot, hot, hot. Lagujo, hot, hot, hot. I mean, different, hot, hot, hot. Badamosi, hot, hot, hot. Oh, sorry, hot, hot, hot. Everybody hot, hot, hot. Oh, they On your mandate, Láyé ní ìṣèlú gbogbo wa kọ́tà nìwọ́n. gbà. Kì í ṣe mi mọ̀ ọ́ ṣe. Ṣùgbọ́n náà ló gbogbo fọ́dẹ̀. Kì í ṣe fẹ́ yẹ̀ẹ́yẹ̀. Adágúndú tilẹ̀kùn mọ́ wọn, ó fi kọ́kọ́rọ́ bọ̀. Yeah.